How's it going, everyone? We're back to another normal week of skin picks, and these are the top potential skins that have a chance of making it in. Only 8 to 10 skins make it in every week, so don't expect all of these to make it in this week or ever at all. So if you're new, that's kind of the explanation. First, jumping off, we got Balaclava, and this thing is literally just like an anime hair cartoon wig. And yeah, it's just a simple thing, but it's also a very funny thing. Next, we've got more goofiness with the Burger Boonie, and the whole thing just looks like a hamburger boonie hat. I mean, that's pretty straightforward. Next, we've got a full-on burlap set for you, the El Leopardo set. And yeah, you've got the leopard print boonie hat and the leopard print with light suit and tie. And then you've got some bright red pants to go along with it to match that red tie. Next, we've got some punk-ish looking bandana and poncho for you with the emo core bandana and poncho. So I guess there you go. It's not punkish, it's emo core. I better get straight. Next, we have a similar kind of vibe poncho with the drifter poncho, and it kind of has this little cartoon graffiti style skull on it. And then the whole thing kind of looks like it's patched together with random materials found all and around. Next, we got a couple hoodie and pants for you, and the first one here is the pita set. So yeah, some people definitely like this one for the goofiness, and hey, if you ever want to be comfy and look like pita bread, I guess this would be the set for you. But maybe you're looking for more of an old-timey kind of jail cell look with that inmate stripes going on, and we've got the inmate hoodie and pants for you right here. Pretty simple idea, but definitely fits with Rust. Next, we've got a pretty unique looking hoodie and pants with the Ronin set. This goes along, of course, with the armor we've gotten, and I think it's just a really, really cool looking hoodie and pants. I think a lot of people really like these, as they're very different from pretty much everything else, and it kind of has that armored look without being too armored. Next, we have a unique jacket for you, the bearskin jacket, and the whole thing is just kind of a cut-out vagabond jacket with a bear face back there, and the whole thing's just kind of like a bear shawl, which I think is definitely a very cool design. Then we have another kind of fancy trimmed together jacket for you. This one has all sorts of bones and some polar bear skulls and so forth. Definitely a very cool looking ice polar jacket. Next, we've got something I wouldn't be surprised to see pop into the shop this week, as this scent has been pretty much making it in whenever it makes its rounds. It is the Abyss road sign gloves and the boots to go along with it. They're just as creepy as you would expect from the set. The purple doesn't glow, so it won't give you away. And it even comes complete with heel teeth. Next, we've got another continuation that could possibly be a set, the Thunder God road sign. We did get an acceptance on the metal face mask and chest piece, so hey, maybe we'll see this as well, so we can at least have a matching armor set, which I think the people who bought it would appreciate. Next, we got two high-qual sets for you. The first one here is the Eclipse Silver set. Kind of has this crazy, like, carved, molten metal face mask skull thing going on. Then you kind of have some plated abs. And then you've got this crazy, like, demon skull thing across the plates in the back. And our last one is not any less creepy. It has all the muscles sticking through on this face mask. It looks like a, actual face stripped of its tissue. And it even has parts you can look through to see the jaw. I mean, the detail in this is creepy and amazing. You have the same kind of thing going on with the ribs and so forth. They really did a lot to add a lot of definition and pop to this with the kind of flat surface you have to work with. Alright, let's move on to the deployables. The first one up here is going to be a continuation in the Firefly set with the small Firefly box. Should be definitely a familiar one to everybody, as it was a popular set. Then we've got some large boxes, and this one is the Reincarnation large box. Definitely has a very beautiful design to it, with kind of like a Eastern Asian kind of look to it, I guess. I don't know. Next over here, we've got kind of a more woodsy, riveted look with the Fine Riveted Box version 2, and this definitely has some nice touch-ups. It definitely looks really fresh and new, like, you know, a skin that was made for now Rust and not old Rust. Then over here we've got a silly little box for you. It is the large plastic box, and it's just really meant to kind of look like a plastic cooler or a toy box, you know, kind of thing. Definitely a fun idea. Then over here we have a much more kind of ancient alien looking kind of thing with a dystopian cell large box. And our last one here is we've got a little Dia de los Muertos for you with the Day of the Dead chest, which I believe is coming up on the 2nd this year of November. Then we've got a couple furnaces, which right here we've got the first little googly eye friend here with the Bubbles furnace. And as you can see, there's all sorts of little bubbles all around that light up along with its bubbly eyes. Then over here we've got the, I think it's literally just called Satan Furnace. Yep, Satan Furnace version 2. I mean, there you go. Straight up. Then last but not least, we've got some crystal for you with the Infection Furnace. It has this kind of like infection of this green, almost like kryptonite looking stuff growing straight through it. Then we've got some rugs. The first goofy one here is going to be the hamster rug. And, well, there it is. It's the hamster rug. I mean, there you go. Next, we've got a really creative rug here. The sandcastle rug. You can make your whole base look like a sandcastle. Definitely a fun little idea. I love the idea of this one here. Then we've got a kind of classic little, I don't know, something you see in Grandma's house kind of rug. It's Granny's Floral Quilt. Well, there you have it. Moving on, we've got doors for you. So we're going to go kind of quick with them. The first ones we got here are some wooden ones with the birch wooden door. Then we also have another wooden door for you with the battened wooden door, the just old wooden door, and the portal wooden door. And we'll check out the back of all these. Nice thing about the wooden doors is they can have different looking sides. Moving on, we've got some sheet metal doors, starting out with the manager. The manager's office door for you. Then the Bonswan door. Hope I'm saying that right. Then we got a goofy little hippo here, and there's two versions. The glow one actually has a little bit of a peek through. So, then there's one without, of course. Then we kind of got like a high-tech, it almost looks like something that belongs on like a high-tech aircraft or maybe even a spaceship. It's the sci-fi sheet metal door. Moving on, we've got something a little more ancient and archaic with the sealed agony metal door. And then moving on, this one's kind of a borderline because it looks more like, I would say, a wood door because there's so much wood and there's not a whole lot of metal on it. But hey, it is a sheet metal door and it's the fort door. Moving on, we've got a continuation in the Neon Punk set with the version 2 of the Neon Punk door. I guess they're trying to see if maybe they can get this going to be a set. Then we've got a kind of fancy but evil seeming door with the Door of Depths for you here. Moving along, we've got a definitely creepier door with the Guardian of Evil sheet metal door. And yeah, that thing doesn't look too friendly. Moving on, we've got two more for you. This last one here is the sheet metal Observation. It just has this real old crusty look that looks like something that fits right into the Rust world, you know? And last but not least, we got kind of a goofy one where you can have a cassette tape as your door. Moving on, we've got a single double door for you. Yeah, single double door. The Great Art or Door. There you go. What a mouthful. Moving on, we've got three garage doors for you. The Noodle Shop, the Free Scrap, and the Let Me Sleep. So there you have those. Let's kill the lights. Also, I love the little It's a Trap there. Love the glow on this one. Same there. They all have actually pretty nice glow. Just those particularly pop to me. Sci-Fi door has a nice, awesome kind of different glow too. Hippo's creepy. That's quite cool. And then the Manager. That portal definitely looks neat in there. And then you've got the little glow bugs on here. And if we pass on through, we can take a look at the back of that one. And the portal glow. And cruise on down to our furnaces. Those hands are creepy on this one. And then you've got Mr. Bubbly Eyes. And lastly, the small firefly box. Alright, let's jump into those tools and weapons. First off, we've got a glowy little rock for you. This one here is the Lithium Relic. I think I'm saying that right. It also has a glowing version, which you can see. It has a nice kind of green glow going on. Moving along, we've got a salvage ice pick. These are far and few in between because, well, they don't really get accepted, so people don't really make them. But hey, someone's trying, and it's to match the prototype set, so therefore it is the prototype salvage ice pick. Maybe it'll have a chance. Next, we've got some weapons with starting out with some crazy swords. This first one here has two versions. You can check out the other one down in the description below. This is the Soulless Legion sword. Moving from that, we've got a crazy looking machete for you. Always cool to see it shaped into different kinds of weapons. And it's simply, well, just the machete sword. Moving along, we've got a water pipe for you, and it definitely has a kind of crazy design. It is the, I completely forgot the name of it, carbon fiber something. Matrix flow water pipe. There you go. Definitely a very unique water pipe design. Next, we've got some revies and pistols for you, and this one here is gonna have a nice kind of like safari vibe with the carved wood and the animal print, so forth. And it is, of course, the leopard revolver. We've seen a few other pieces meant to go with this as a set. And there's that reload. Next up, moving on for the pistols, we've got a nice revolver that kind of has a little bit of a like a race theme to it, I think. It is the sports edition, so there's where the racing stripes come in. Aiming down the sights, you got this kind of like purpley, teal, periwinkle kind of stuff thing. Yeah, it's more of a purple. And there's our reload. Next, we've got a sap for you here, and it definitely has kind of a clean carbon fiber look to it. It is simply called the Carbon Sap. It does have black on black sights, which could be different. It'd be nice if it had a nice green neon tip to match. Next, we've got some SMGs, starting off with this crazy little Tommy right here, the Radar Tommy. As you can see, it has this little C Windows system lock. Aiming down the sights here, you do have just to kind of, again, iron sights on iron sights. And then the question is, does it glow? It does not. So that is always a good thing to know. Next, we've got another Tommy for you, and this one may just kind of look like the default, and well, that's because it's a clean, factory, brand new Thompson. Then we've got a custom SMG for you, and it is, of course, part of the banana set. And this one doesn't have so much of a greenish tip. It's just the faintest green there. But it is the SMG Nana. Then I believe we had one more Thompson in there, which we almost skipped over, and it is the Lines Thompson. So there you go. Or Neon Line, sorry. Or Neon Thompson. I think it's just Neon, actually. It has a nice red sight to go against the neon purples and blues there. And there's our reload. Then we have a MP5 for you, and this one is chromed out, and it kind of has like a faded military print on it. This is simply just called chromatic. Aiming down the sights here, lots of chrome. Next, we've got another MP5 for you, and this one has a green vibe going on. It's simply called the Old Acrylic MP5. Aiming down the sights here, you've got a little bit of that green paint faded off of the black sight. Next, we've got a lot of AKs for you, and this first one here is going to be the Digital Code AK. Aiming down the sights here, you have a deep black against the kind of gray. Then we've got the Supremacist Art AK, and it's got, well, Supremacy Art, I guess. That's the art type. It's like shapes and sizes of, I don't know. I know nothing about art, guys. Next, we've got a kind of red tip, but it turns almost black depending on where you're facing for the sights there. Then our next AK has this kind of iron carved eagle on the side. It's simply called, well, hawk. So there you go. I guess it's not an eagle, it is a hawk. Once again, I'm corrected by myself. And down the sides, you got some hawk claws, and again, a dark black tip against the iron sights there. Next, we've got some art for you here, and a dead little skull. Looks like an arrow went through it and finished that one off. The Death of the Beast. Then aiming down the sights, you've got kind of like a little Thunderbird symbol and a nice little red tip to the sight there. Our next AK has more of a kind of hot rod thing going on with the painted flames and so forth. It's the Diesel Boost AK. Aiming down the sights, you've got a red tip against the faded iron sights, a nice little flame on the back. Next up, we've got some more beautiful art for you with skulls and roses with the Prickly Rose AR. Aiming down the sights, you have a nice red tip and some rose thorn outlines. Definitely has a very kind of like tattoo, old American style kind of art, for sure. Then we've got some more art, and this one has a big old angry polar bear on the side of it. Winter is coming is what this one's called. Definitely very cool artwork. Aiming down the sights, you've got a dark blue versus the kind of fading light blue. And there's that reload. And our last AK here has this cat skeleton and all of the forest background. It's simply called the Bone Cat. Aiming down the sights here, you've got a cat skull and a kind of tan versus the iron sights there. Then we've got an LR for you, and this one definitely has a very kind of, I don't know, carbon fiber lightweight look to it, and it's called the Ultralight. So there you go, I think that's what they were going for. Aiming down the sights here, you've got the purple versus black versus green for the back ring. And there's our reload. Our next LR is continuation in the concentric set. Definitely looks like a nice continuation to it. It has a little bit of a beat up look, but still a nice shine going along with it. Aiming down the sights here, you've got a black tip versus the faded bronze and gold. Then we've got an M39, and it's part of the Arctic Skull set. This is a pretty popular set, so I could see this one maybe making it in because there's not a whole lot of M39 skins, we can hope. It has that tempered tip against a big old white ring for the side there. And when you reload, you put the bottom jaw of the skelly back in. Next, we've got a bar for you, and this bolt action is the Pirate Bolty. So this could also have a very good chance of making it in, as this set has almost gotten every piece put in so far. Aiming down the sights, you do have a red painted sight, so if you want to do some iron barring, you definitely can, with some no-scope shots there. Then moving on, we've got an L9 as well for this week, and it's simply the Biohazard L9. It has a nice worn and torn look, and I don't know, it's just a simple kind of design. Looks like something someone might make in Rust themselves, and it just fits. Crack, there's that noise, man. So loud. Last but not least, we've got a grenade for you, and it is part of the Constructor set. So therefore, it is the Constructor F1, and this set does have a glow version. This one doesn't seem to be glowing. So I only saw the one version of the regular one here that you're seeing in my hand. But that does it, everyone. Sound off down in the comment section below which ones you're hoping for the most and why. I hope you all have a happy Halloween if you're watching this on the day the video came out, or that you had one if it's the week after. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on Thursday to show you which ones have made it in. Stay rusty, and have a good one.